Born into the once great house Targaryen, Daenerys starts her journey in the shadow of her older brother Viserys, a dependent exile with a single-minded obsession to reclaim the Iron Throne. However, Daenerys' tale is one of transformation, as she evolves from a timid girl to a powerful queen, a mother of dragons. Before we go on, spoiler warning for Game of Thrones books and TV show. Proceed with caution. This content contains plot details from both the book series and the television adaptation. Daenerys' path to power is anything but easy. She's sold into marriage with Khal Drogo, a fearsome Dothraki warlord. Yet in the face of adversity, Daenerys finds strength. She learns to navigate Dothraki culture, earning respect and love from her husband and his people. Her journey takes her from the harsh Dothraki Sea to the slave cities of Slavers Bay, where she brings liberation and incites revolution. As Daenerys grows, so does her ambition and her dragons. They become symbols of her power, her identity, and her claim to the throne. Yet they also represent her internal conflict, a struggle between compassion and ruthlessness, between the desire for peace and the demands of power. In the TV adaptation, Daenerys' journey takes a controversial turn. Her descent into what some call Targaryen madness, followed by her assassination, sparked heated debates among fans. Yet in the books, Daenerys' story is still unfolding. George R.R. Martin, the mastermind behind the series, has yet to release The Winds of Winter, where we expect to see more of Daenerys' journey. Will she follow the same path as in the TV show? Or will Martin present us with a different ending? The last we saw of her in A Dance of Dragons, she was in the clutches of the Dothraki Khalasar led by Khal Drogo. The stage is set for a compelling turn of events, given Dany's vengeful oath against Khal Drogo for the mistreatment of Eroe, a pledge that resonates from the early pages of the series. In all likelihood, Dany, as a captive of the Dothraki, will be strategically biding her time until an opportune moment arises. The key factor in her liberation might well be her formidable dragon, Drogon. While the specifics may diverge from the television adaptation, it is conceivable that Dany will leverage Drogon to unite the disparate Dothraki factions into a single Khalasar. This could set the stage for her triumphant return to Meereen, where the final showdown against the Slavers awaits, a battle she must win before setting sail for Westeros. However, once the narrative returns to Meereen, the trajectory of Dany's story becomes a tantalizing enigma. In contrast to her television counterpart, book Dany's narrative boasts a myriad of intricate subplots, including the roles of characters like Victarion, Tyrion, and the Martells. The intricate web of alliances, conflicts, and political machinations presents George R.R. Martin with a vast array of possibilities to explore. Given the show's conclusion, Martin has the freedom to chart a unique course for Dany, leaving readers on the edge of their seats. The question of when Dany will sail for Westeros looms large. While Martin has hinted that this upcoming installment will be the largest novel in the series, the sheer number of moving parts within Dany's arc introduces an element of uncertainty. Could the novel conclude with Dany sailing for Westeros? Or will her arrival on the shores of the Seven Kingdoms be deferred until a subsequent volume? The Mad Queen storyline for Dany in the TV series drew criticism from many fans who perceived it as emerging abruptly without sufficient groundwork. In the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen, once perceived as a liberator and breaker of chains, took a dark and controversial turn. The assault on King's Landing, meant to secure her claim to the Iron Throne, led to the ruthless killing of thousands of innocent civilians. The abrupt shift in Daenerys' character has ignited intense debates among fans. However, the groundwork for this crucial moment has been subtly established throughout the series. As a book reader, I was able to discern these clues, although I cannot be certain that I would have noticed them as keenly without having read the books. Several scenes serve as crucial markers pointing towards Daenerys' descent into a more menacing realm. Let's dissect some of the compelling evidence. The prophecy in the House of the Undying. Season 2. Dany's vision of walking through the Red Keep's throne room, with the ceiling broken open, is revisited in Season 8. The white particles assumed to be snow in the original vision turn out to be ash from her dragon's destructive rampage. This foreshadows her becoming the Queen of the Ashes. The Mass Crucifixion. Season 4. In response to the crucifixion of slave children, Daenerys crucifies 163 masters without individual consideration of guilt or innocence. This act sets a precedent for her willingness to exact collective punishment. Revenge for Sabaristan. Season 4. After Ser Barristan's death, Daenerys burns a master alive without certainty of his guilt, showcasing a growing ruthlessness in her pursuit of justice. The mass burning in Vaes Dothrak, Season 6, Dany, as punishment, burns all the Khals alive, emphasizing her capacity for extreme measures when faced with defiance. Meereen Revenge Plan, Season 6. Threatened by attacks on Meereen, Daenerys contemplates mass retaliation, intending to crucify masters, set fleets afire, and annihilate soldiers. Burning the Tarlys, Season 7. Presented with the choice to kill or imprison Lord Tarly and his son, Daenerys chooses execution against advice, hinting at her growing inclination for ruthless decisions. King's Landing Battle Plan, Season 8. Despite repeated advisories against attacking King's Landing, Daenerys appears open to the idea, signaling her wavering commitment to avoiding collateral damage. The show, however, masterfully navigates the portrayal of Daenerys' actions, presenting them as heroic even when brutal. Viewer interpretation is influenced by performances, direction, music, and reactions of other characters. Despite her benevolent choices during calm moments, the show exposes her tendency to turn to extreme measures when angered. I am certain that George R.R. Martin will maintain this storyline in the books, as he has skillfully foreshadowed Daenerys' complex character, portraying her as less of a hero than the show suggested. Daenerys' entire Westeros campaign hinges on being the true heir to the throne, including demanding fealty from others. This claim gives Daenerys a veneer of legitimacy that distinguishes her from Cersei, who seized power through force and lacks legal entitlement. The book still has to deal with Jon Snow's real parentage. Jon Snow is the true-born son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, making him the legitimate Targaryen heir to the Iron Throne. So if Jon, not Daenerys, is revealed as the heir, it dismantles the foundation of Dany's argument for queenship. This revelation challenges the narrative she has carefully constructed for herself, leaving her exposed as a hypocrite if she persists in pursuing the throne without the legal right, something she vehemently advocated for when she believed it was hers. In the show, Daenerys is unwilling to step aside for Jon, but is equally reluctant to forfeit the righteous facade that she is the rightful queen deserving of the throne based on legalities. To avoid exposing her hypocrisy, she opts to demand Jon's silence on the matter, enabling her to cling to the higher ground rationale without acknowledging the shift in her motivations. That makes her a villain way before she burns King's Landing.
The lords of Westeros are sheep. Are you a sheep? No. You're a dragon. Be a dragon.
Daenerys' character arc is the only one among the last survivors in the TV show that resonates with me. I find issues with how Jon, Tyrion, and Bran were portrayed, but the transformation of Daenerys into the Mad Queen feels perfect and aligns logically with her life experiences, genetic predispositions, and the challenges she faces at the age she undergoes them. In the books, Daenerys is only 13 when she marries Khal Drogo, and when we last see her in A Dance with Dragons, she is still only 15. They age her up in the show because a TV show that depicts a child bride being raped is distasteful to say the least. Let me know what you think will happen to Daenerys in the books. Remember to subscribe, put on the notifications, like and share.